If not, oh, let's see. Hold on one second. Oh, we're already, no, right? Yes, there we are. That's better. One second. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yep. All right. Let's get this party started. Doing free and paid readings. Let's see. We're good there, right? Okay. We're not going to get interrupted. All right. All right. Let's get this party started. What's up? What's up? If you're watching live, let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching on the replay, go ahead and put hashtag replay fam. We are offering, or I am offering, why do I do that? I'm offering Pennsylvania, woohoo! I'm offering free and paid readings tonight. Hello, hello. Yes, I am offering free and paid readings tonight. My name is Angelica. Ooh, Buffalo, New York. I'm in Denver, Colorado, by the way. Hi, how's it going? I'm Angelica. I am a shadow mentor, a transformation coach, an intuitive empath, a fucking quantum healer and channel. And I empower people to transform from the inside out through shadow integration. And so I do a lot of things, but I like doing readings too. And so I'm back after a very long hiatus. And yeah, I'm doing the thing. So if you would like a free reading or a paid reading, let me tell you how to do that. Thank you for the follow, Brandon. I like that. Let love be your light. I love that. That's awesome. So free readings, go ahead and comment with your name and a question. I don't do pregnancy or fertility readings, but these readings, like free readings, are going to be short, to the point, very abridged versions of a reading. So it's good. The messages are going to be shorter. Yeah. But they can be just as powerful as a full-on reading. Yeah. So please feel free to, comment with your name and a question. It can be yes or no, love, health, career, etc. Whatever's on your mind. And then as far as paid services, my dears, those are my paid services. So I have an in-depth reading, right? Quantum healing, mediumship. Where is that? Mediumship. And this is multi-dimensional mediumship, where I channel your guides, or it could be an angel, a guardian angel. It's multi-dimensional. So it's a multi-dimensional aspect of you that has some kind of, they're going to have some kind of message, some kind of energy work, some kind of something that's going to benefit you. Yeah. Or light language activation. And those are all the things. Yeah. So if you have questions, please ask. Don't be shy. We're here for it. If you do want to pay for a reading or another service, all the links to donate are on my profile. And then you got to let me know in the comments that you donated, because your girl's doing this alone, right? And if somebody pays for a reading, you got to get the reading, right? I just want to make sure that everybody gets their readings. So let me scroll back up. And then, oh, really? You had a reading from me last year? How did that work out? Do you remember? It's great to have you back. Michelle, will Becky ever commit to me? Okay. All right. So let me just tap into your field, Michelle. You said, okay, so let me connect to this relationship. And then that connection, oof. Okay, what is that? So I like to ask a lot of questions to your guides and to your higher self or your superconscious in order to actually get a concise packaged message. Okay. Okay. So it feels like Becky has what I'm hearing is like a fear of commitment. It feels like there is some trust issues. Okay, trust. And it's not necessarily going to be rational. So I feel like it's going to manifest in a very irrational way, maybe through your perception, like, oh, that's irrational. Why aren't you committing to me? Like, I don't understand. But I just want to say that the internal stuff, like, we all have different parts. Okay. So we have inner child, inner mother, inner father. We have a protector controller. We have all of these parts, right? And when we are from 0 to 7 years old, that's when we're constructing all of we know about life. We're constructing, we're creating beliefs, we're creating all of these instructions that our unconscious eventually automates. All right. So we have all of this information in our field, and our unconscious is automating processes. And so these irrational things can live in the unconscious, where it's like, I don't understand. Why aren't you committing? But there is instructions. There are past experiences that have coded up mistrust. Yeah. So it looks and it feels to you as irrational, but to her, it's a very real experience. It's a very real fear. Okay. So I just want to put that out there, but it does feel like there's like, I would ask instead of asking, will she ever commit to me? I would ask, how can I support you in, let me get the words. How can I best support you through this fear? Okay. It says like, is deep, intimate time to like ask, because it feels like there's an irrational fear there, and that's just coded up in the field. Mistrust. I mistrust people in relationships, and it feels like it comes from father's side. So I don't know if she has like maybe a strained relationship with her father. But it feels like it correlates to that. So to answer your question, will she ever commit to me? I feels like she needs support rather than an ultimatum. Okay. So take that or leave that, but that's what I feel. And so I can only give you what I feel. Yeah. I do, Elizabeth, I'm not sure if you're still here. I do. Don't we all? I do messages from past loved ones, but those are on my paid services only, simply because it takes a lot of focus for me to do the things. So I'm behind on messages, and I'm gonna scroll through some of the messages. Should I buy what is the vibration plate? What is that? Should I buy the vibration plate on TikTok? Girl, you get to decide that. Like, I don't even know what the fuck that is. I don't know what that is. What is that? Lori, am I going to be financially blessed anytime soon? I think what you're asking, or at least it feels like what you're asking, is like luck. There's only a very small amount and finite amount of ways of we can manifest money, and one of those ways is luck. Oh, that's interesting. there's all of this stuff about Jupiter going in retrograde. But do you have, it feels like it would come from mom's side, like I don't know if mom had a sister, an aunt, or godmother, or like a kind of like an auntie type figure that has like an estate, because it feels like you might come into an inheritance depending on timing and choice of others. So it's in your field, and I feel like that's why you're asking. It's like, hey, you're sensing there is a possibility for an inheritance, but they're not telling me when. A lot of things have not yet been decided, so they're not giving me access to that. So it feels like if you have someone on your mother's side, or like friend of mom, I'm not sure what that is, that has like an estate that she would hand down, or so that you would inherit, because it feels like maybe an inheritance coming soon. Okay, I am behind so many messages, so let me scroll through. You're welcome, Shell. I appreciate you too. So please feel free to keep commenting with your name and your question, because I'm going to scroll all the way down. Oh, Miss Capelot. Oh, yeah. Let me see. So, what's your name, hon? What can I call you? Miss Capelot? Are you Cap'n? I do see you, so let me know. Kelly, let me know if you're still on too. I see your message about your dad. I just want to catch up on all the messages. Alrighty. Crystal, you read me a year ago. You said a divine light was around me trying to enter me. Has it? Oh, well, okay. 1 second. Oh, Natalie. Okay, great. All right. So, Natalie, you paid for a reading. All right. So, I got you. Kelly, stick around if you can. Okay, Natalie. I was like, wait, I forgot. Okay, so Natalie, you paid for a reading. 1 second. Okay. Oh, no, wait. Wait, what did you pay for? You said, did you pay for a reading, Natalie? So, or did you pay for the healing? Because that's the healing. That's the quantum healing. Let me know, Natalie, what you paid for. Because according to my little thing here, you either paid for a light language activation or a quantum healing. Yeah? So let me know what you would like. Or if you want a reading, then let me know. Erica, will anything positive? Well, let's expand on that. There's always positive things here and now. So it's never the issue that's the issue. It's your perception of the issue that's the issue. So does that make sense? So what do you mean by positive? Like, what do you mean? Like, what, you know what I mean? Natalie, let me know. Natalie, are you there? Okay. I can do the light language activation. I meant for, oh, it's okay. No, it's all right. We just humans figuring it all out, right? It's all good. So the light language activation. Okay. I'm just going to tap into your field, and I'm going to connect to your superconscious. And it's coming fast and hot. So go ahead, and if you want to like keep your eyes open, closed, do you, boo boo. And I'm just going to Sa'alea maha tikia amatuku alaha asata amatuku alaha. So go ahead, and I want you to breathe into your heart, Natalie. And if anybody else is watching, you want to kind of catch whatever is meant for you, like the spillover, then you can also intend to receive that as well. Yeah. So Natalie, go ahead and focus in on your heart and just breathe into your heart space for a couple of breaths for me. And then just keep your kind of gently rest your awareness on your heart. So if you can do that with your eyes open, do you, because I can't do that. Alea matakua, amatakua, matakua, alahata, mahata, 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 ashatua. Ala matakua, ala ata, 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 ata. Wasiama, alaha, 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 samaku, wasiyaha, mataka, matata, ashetu, ueseneti, atatata, matatutututututututututu. So there's a big heart activation, throat activation, and then like really activating, and there's some clearing of like that high heart. Or you can also call it like the multidimensional heart, but our physical heart is multidimensional too. So there's that. But there's these three chakras right here, these three power points. Go ahead and just take some deep breaths to allow that energy to assimilate. Good. Halama ya hasakianata ala 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 matuku matuku amatuku matuku matuku masa aishia sanatia. So there's a lot of activation of the throat, being able to clearly articulate, honestly communicate halekia masa anata uasa with the self, with yourself, alakia mata asata, because when that connection is connected and operating, then we naturally express that outwards. Halaka matuhasashayata. So just allow that to move. So just keep breathing, taking those deep breaths. So there's a lot of activation around, the throat. It's not just the throat saying whatever the fuck it wants to say. It's adding in the the heart and being able to say it in ways that are kind, ways that are actually in alignment with your highest self. So sometimes that is expressing an anger, maybe in a kind way, or maybe it's just letting someone have it. But it's like, it's whatever that which wants to be communicated that's in alignment. It's about being honest with the self first. And highlighting where you're not being fully honest with yourself. Where are you saying unkind things to yourself about yourself? So there's this activation is helping to activate a kinder speech towards yourself. Makala, 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 matukuasi, mashia, masha, asha, 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 ha'ale, ala, ata, 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 ata. So just let that percolate, let that circulate. Take some deep breaths. Move if you need to. All right, who are you? Okay, what do you need to say? Okay. So I'm just going to relay the message coming in from one of your guides who is co-facilitating this activation. Look inside, deep, and deep is all caps. Where are you being dishonest with yourself? These places within you relate to aspects outside of you where you wonder why you are not being told the truth, or how do I say this? Being given all of the story, the whole story. Or you may be wondering why you attract certain circumstances or even people where, you know, it doesn't feel right. You can tell that they're lying. It's related to this aspect of you within that hasn't quite fully come into the understanding, or it's more like a lesson. It's more like a lesson for soul growth where you're not being fully honest with yourself. Some would say brutally honest. I wouldn't say that because I don't like the way that feels. But if that resonates for you, where are you not being brutally honest with yourself? Or where are you not being honest with yourself? Relationships. Where are you not being honest with yourself as it pertains to who you actually want to converse and interact with and who you don't? Where are you lying to yourself? So we're actually activating what I'm hearing, truth codes. Truth codes. This is just validation. This is just validation. You already know this. But there's an activating. We're activating the throat. Can you give me a different word? There's different sections in the throat, in that like power spot or that chakra that open and that have to do with different aspects of communication. One of them is stillness or silence. One of them is listening. One of them is like communicating. One of them is honesty, etc., etc., etc. So there's just one part, one section in the throat. We're activating honesty. Do I use that word? Okay, I'm hearing radical honesty. Instead of brutal, radical honesty. But remember, it's up to you to choose. It's up to you to choose and decide. You are the active creator in it all. And sometimes you forget yourself. You forget that you are part of that exchange. Sometimes you forget that you are a creator and a co-creator. So remember yourself. It's okay to be honest. It's safe. And it's really going to clear out and clarify who you are. And it's going to let people know who you are. And that's a great thing. Because if people don't know who you are and you're living a lie, then then you have to keep up all these lies in order to, you know, do the things, right? And then you're like, oh, when you tell the truth, or when you tell your truth, or when you speak your truth, then you risk losing all those relationships. So if you're just honest and truthful with who you are from the get, you don't need to fear. There's no fear there. People will just stick around because they fucking love you. And I just want you to let that land. They keep, this guide keeps saying, don't forget yourself though. She's forgetting that she's a creator and that she's part of that exchange. She's part of that equation, and that it's reflecting the parts of you that have been told, oh, don't do that. Don't do this. Don't be this person. Don't do that. That have been taught to suppress your truth. That have been taught to silence your voice. So we're just activating your throat right now. There you might get a lot of coughing. We're just activating that throat, but integrating the heart so that you can say those things and speak from a place of power with love. Period, point, whatever, just period. Periods. Akiyama. So just allow that to move and percolate and activate what it needs to. It's activating the things. The question though here is, where have you been lying to yourself, or where have you not been fully honest with yourself? And it feels like it pertains to specifically relationships and people, because the interaction is also creating circumstances where you feel like you're not getting the full scope, or it feels like you're being left out in the dark. And that's really frustrating. I feel like a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, a lot of stuff, but it's like everything starts within. So activate. We're helping to activate it, but you have to choose to activate that also within yourself. So co-creator, right? We're co-creating something right now. And so I'm just going to cocoon you and let that activate. I'm just going to bring in some white light and cocoon you in white light so that allows you some time to integrate and process what actually just happened. And it's going to bring up some stuff for you. Yeah, because it's a light language activation is also simultaneously clearing out stuff. So what are you ready to release and let go of? Yeah. So I'm just going to cocoon you and seal that off. And I'm going to ask Archangel Gabriel to help with that, just sealing. Place an angelic seal so that you can process what you need to process, so it can bring up what it's going to bring up for you. Hala alea mahoa sikia hasash. The energy is still running. This is, I'm just going to hand this off to your superconscious or your higher self. Your higher self's going to continue running this energy. And I'm just going to not back away, but I'm going to call my energy back and separate myself from you. All right. Natalie, when you are ready, or if you feel guided to, let me know what that brought up. If you want to share, you don't have to share though. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you, the things. Thank you, people. Thank you, Nina. Spot on. Yeah, yeah, it's activating a lot there. So just let it activate. It's going to clear out some shit. You just have to be an active participant in it. You know what I mean? You have to choose like, hey, become aware of like what you're holding on to and choose to like, I want to release this. Kelly, let me know if you're still here. Asia, I do not do pregnancy or fertility readings or anything like that. So I invite you to find someone else who does, but I don't. Thank you for that though, for allowing me to clarify that. Oh, hi, Victoria. Yeah, let's be friends. I don't follow everybody. I don't just follow anybody. But you know, just because you asked. Thank you so much. That was very much just the validation. Yeah, you already know. It's already there in your field. And sometimes we need that though. You know what I mean? Because it gives us like a little kick in the pants of like, no, I'm fucking spot on. You know what's up. You know what's up. We all have that sense. I have done a lot of inner work since your reading, so I was curious about your perspective. Oh, I got you. I got you. That's beautiful. And congratulations for doing the work and showing up for yourself. That's beautiful. Yeah, you're not crazy. You're not crazy. You're not crazy. I'm going to be teaching, doing like a year-long whole thing of like intuition building, energy work, and really teaching people how to tap into that for themselves. Because I feel like that can be really empowering. I just don't have all of the details ready yet. Kelly, can you remind me what your question was? Please and thank you. That would be great. And I will get to your question. And for those of you who are here or maybe came in, I'm offering free and paid readings. What's up? I'm Angelica. I'm offering free and paid readings. My free readings, just comment with your name and a question. You can be open. You know, if you just want a message, you can be open. It could be relationship, health, career, you know, all the things. But I don't do pregnancy or fertility. And these readings are going to be short and concise, right? They're going to be very, very short and compact. I'm reining it in. As far as my paid services, my dear, what you just seen with Natalie, that was a light language activation here. But, you know, I'm offering in-depth readings, quantum healing, mediumship, and multidimensional mediumship. That's what this is. Let me put it in the thing. And if you have questions about anything, please don't hesitate. I'm here to answer your questions. So Sammy, what do you mean? Like, let's be a little bit more specific. What will happen to me in the future? We need specifics. We need specificity. And I need to learn how to talk. Definitely at times I ignore it and I'll be like, dang, I should have listened to, yeah. Yes. Yeah. And I was like that a lot too until I just started to trust what was coming through. And it feels like you're making things up. It really does. But it's part of the process. It's part of the process. Oh, okay, Kelly. You said you're, okay. So, all right, Kelly. So I'm going to tap into your field, Kelly. And I'm just going to empath into your dad's connection. Okay. Okay, and then what's the orientation here? Has this soul decided? It feels like, okay. So one more time, just be very, very clear. dad feels like, so dad's soul feels like, let me find the words, 1 second. Dad's soul feels like there's this feeling of the soul knows when it's time. And then where is that in relation to, like, I guess, linear time? Okay. So it does feel soon-ish. But there's still, okay, so I'm not sure what I'm picking up on, but there does seem to be this like back and forth. Oh, okay. Is that him? Oh, okay. So, okay, the soul knows, like, I already have exit point, and it feels like your dad is going back and forth into like questioning. Am I, so that I feel like that's what I'm picking up on as far as the back and forth. Okay, so I just want to speak up. I just want to speak to just to the soul, if I can. Super conscious, do I have your permission? Okay, so it does feel soon. I'm tired. I've the soul feels complete for the most part. There's still some experiences here, but it does feel, yeah, it does feel more towards the end. Um, is there okay. So it does feel like, I will say this, because this is what's coming in. It does feel like there is an exit point planned for, it's going to correlate with the sun. Like, you know how we're having a lot of CMEs, a lot of space weather, a lot of activity from the sun, doing the things, the solar flares, all the things. We're all seeing the aurora borealis everywhere. It feels like it's in alignment with one of the bigger ones. And I don't know what that means. So take it how it resonates, but that's what I'm feeling. And it does feel, they won't give me a time period. They won't give me like a time frame, but because of the nature of, let's see. Okay, but what is this? Okay, what is that? What is that for sure? For what is that? Okay, okay. And so it does feel like moving into 2025. Moving into 2025, and it does feel like I'm completing out the year, or I'm completing out some cycle. Once the soul has completed the cycle, which is some correlation to the sun, and I don't know what that means, but it does feel soon. I would say anywhere from like a couple of months to about a year-ish. But it's almost like when the cable guy is like, I'm going to come between, 10 a.m. Tuesday and 5 p.m. Friday. I know it sounds like that, but that's kind of that's the only time frame that I'm getting, because of like the nature of time and timing. So the way we experience time is not really actually how time operates universally. Is that all? Oh, yeah, that's it. That's all they're giving up. So Kelly, I hope that helps. I hope that helps in some helps you in some manner or another. But that's what I got. Do. Oh, very interesting. Okay, so Nina, you asked, does my son know that you were with him when he passed? Yes. Yes. Um, it's kind of wants me to explain something really quick here. Is they can't not know. Because once they start to kind of slip into and like start to transition from one form to another, our consciousness and our awareness expands so much that we can't not know. We're literally waking up from a dream. And so, of course, he was like, of course, mom was there. Why wouldn't she be? So it's very matter of fact of like, yeah, of course. Yeah. And he just wanted me to throw in that little tidbit of like our awareness expands so much, even more than we can even fathom, that we can't not know. We can't not know. Just to use a double negative in a very creative way. Oh, Jessica. So as it pertains to what? Can you be a little bit more specific there for me? Is it like, are you, or I guess at least, will you let me know like the avenue of life? What, is it relationships? Is it like personal, like spiritual? Like, can you just be a little bit more specific with me? Because it helps me really tune in. Because there's a lot of information in the field. Kelso, are you still here? Or Kelsey? Oh, that's cool. Will I meet someone in my hometown or will I have to travel to meet someone? So I would assume this means like romantic partnership. Let me, okay, wait, who am I? It's Kelsey. Okay, Kelsey. So Kelsey. Okay, all right. So that's a very interesting question. The way you phrase it, it's coming back with, even if you do have to travel, you're gonna instinctively know you're gonna have like this really big, like if it's time to move, you're gonna feel it. You know what I mean? So it would be like a natural part of the process if you were to meet someone. So your guides are saying like, stop trying to like you're trying to figure everything out. And where would the fun in that be? You're trying to figure everything out. If you knew all of the presents that you were going to get for your entire life, would you be surprised? That wouldn't be fun. So your guides are coming through. It says, stop trying to figure out all of the things and all of the details. You're going to naturally be inspired to do the things or guided to do the things that would have that all coalesce and orchestrate itself when it's time. It is not time right now. They're pushing this out. They're pushing this out for me. Like they're saying, no, this isn't, It's not time. Not time. So there are other things. Okay. Do you want to give me something? Okay. Self-love, relationship with the self. Because any other relationship that we have, it's always an extension of what we feel or are experiencing like within. So, and just to drive this point home is like, so if you're unhappy now alone, what makes you think that like having a partner would make you happy? Because it's only going to, and I'm not saying this is where you're at, I'm just giving this a little bit more context. So if you got in a relationship and you're an unhappy person, you're going to eventually, move past that like honeymoon phase, and you're still going to be that unhappy person. So it's more of an inside job, and they're saying like inside, inside self-love. So give that love to yourself. Timing though, all of this retrograde stuff, and it's not necessarily specifically, please don't connect it specifically to the retrogrades, but like there's a lot of, when we go into retrogrades, it brings it internally. So that means that like we're starting to be more introspective, a lot more like just contemplative, or contemplating, where are we at? Why do you want a relationship? These types of things. So I would, your guide over here, stop trying to figure it out, because you're trying to, you can't ruin the surprise for yourself because your higher self isn't going to let you. So that's actually pointing to, how do I say this? It's actually pointing you to self-love, back to the self. Yeah. And that's what I'm going to leave that there. So self-love for now, the timing it's not there. It's not there. I'm sorry to say that. But also that gives you such a great opportunity to love on yourself and figure yourself out. So that's actually a really good thing too, depends on your perspective. It's anything that I get, anything that I pull from the field, it's relevant in whatever way. But it's not that you have time on the brain. It's also, you also have that there for a reason. You know what I mean? It's both in the same. So it's just that it's a timing thing, and the timing is not here. Yeah, definitely, Kelly. Soak it all up, appreciate it while it's here and now, for sure. You know what I mean? You're tapped in. You're definitely tapped in. And I was just giving you a validation of something you already know. That's what readings are. What can I help you remember? What can I help you validate for yourself today? Oh, he passed away on his 32nd birthday. Oh, sending, yeah. Sending you all the comfort, Nina. Sending you love. Yes, I do that. That's the message I sort of got too. You're so welcome for the validation. Okay, I think I am caught up. Okay. Is Spirit offering any help? I like your name, Lauera. Is Spirit offering any help? Can you be a little bit more specific? Is it like helping your current relationship like to grow, or to like, can you be a little bit more specific? Is Spirit offering, Spirit, like, we always have support around us. So like guides, angels, all of the other help that we have, of course. But I guess if you want a little bit more specific answer, I probably need a little bit more information. You're welcome, Nina. I think I already said that, but I'm not sure. Oh, so, okay. So let's see. Let's see, hold on. Mandy, let me see what's in the field. So let me just connect to you really quick. Let me see. All right. Okay. I just want to say, okay. All right. So Mandy, let me connect to you first and then just see what comes up in the field as far as relationships or this current relationship. Okay. Current. There we go. No, current. There we go. Okay. So as soon as I kind of connect in, I do feel a little bit of unfulfillment, and that feels connected to you. So like just not feeling quite fully fulfilled. Is that correct? And from there, it just feels like, well, here's the thing. The relationship, to expect a relationship to fulfill us completely, that's a lot of pressure to put on a relationship. It's a lot of pressure to put on another person. I wouldn't want that pressure. So it does feel like there's a little bit of projection. However, it's also intermingled with what you actually value and what you actually want from a relationship. So what I'm hearing is I want you to get really, really clear in what you want from a relationship, what you want. You know, is it companionship? Is it intimacy? Is it fill in the blank? And then on the flip side of that, I want you to then answer, what do you have to offer in a relationship? And this isn't about judging yourself or trying to find your shortcomings. I don't believe in, flaws or shortcomings. Perceived, maybe. So, and it's not because, we're trying to find like, where is Mandy, need to be better at. It's not like that. It's more like it's going to help you get in tune and in touch with what you actually want from a relationship and start to distinguish what you want and what you value in and from a relationship from like the projections from old wounds and old, that are based on old instructions and associations from when you're a kid, right? That's when we create all of these things and all of the patterns. And so you're just living out a pattern of, I'm not getting what I want. But why? So that's a lot deeper, a lot deeper. However, I would ask you, what do you want from a relationship, to get really clear what values, communication, trust, etc., and what do you have to offer in a relationship? And then I would even ask, what does your partner want from a relationship, and what do they feel they have to offer? If you can sit down and kind of write out those things, it doesn't have to be a long, arduous, like painful process. But like if you guys can both sit down, where do you guys agree? Where do you guys disagree? And that feels like it's going to highlight where you guys can actually come together. Does that make sense? So it's going to require a little work and a little bit of curiosity on your part. But that's where it is. And that's who you actually want to communicate with, because if you're having an issue with your partner, then that partner needs to be clued in on what you're feeling and what you want. And you guys have to make sure that you're on the same page. Yeah. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to invite you to take that action and see what happens and what comes of it, because it feels like it's going to bring some stuff up that maybe needs to be talked about. Or like, where can we meet in the middle? How can we both feel supported? How can we both have our needs met? How can we both get what we want from this relationship from a place of coming together and unifying rather than trying to fight it out? Yeah. You're welcome, Mandy. Mandy Bean. Oh, hi, Nicole. How are you? You still have a session with me, Nicole. I've been thinking of you too. Sarah, I haven't seen you in a long time because I haven't been live streaming in a long time. All right, my dear. So let's do one last little, last call? Like we're at the club and shit? Oh, very interesting. Is it Annika? Or is it, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, but I mean, it does to you though. That's why I want to say it right. Is it Annika or Annika? I think it's Annika. Is Odell my person, or do I need to move on? Okay, great question. Let's see. Let's just, oof. Okay. One moment. So let me make sure that I'm tapped into your field. Okay, there's your field. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, so let me connect to this relationship. Okay. Sorry, there's a lot coming up. And then I'm helping to like just kind of clear in order to create more clarity for you. So when I first tapped into your field and tapped into this connection, it did feel, I was hearing karmic right away. So it does feel more on the karmic side. And just because just because someone is like a karmic person or a karmic soulmate or a karmic whatever, that doesn't necessarily like, don't discount the relationship or what this person has to offer you simply because they're quote unquote not the one. With that being said, I want to add on to it, add a little bit more context by saying that because you need to learn a lesson here, and karmics always come in with like lessons. They help us close out cycles. They help us close out big lessons. They help us learn and grow. So if you were to just discount him because he's quote unquote not the one, or that person is not the one, or like you're discounting them, and you're gonna call in another karmic, right? So you have to work with this energy, and you have to be open and receptive to learning the actual lesson that's there. Otherwise, you're going to call in another like karmic soulmate that's going to help you work through your stuff. A lot of us, we want to take shortcuts and we just want to get to the person and all of the things, but it's going to bring up, even if you were with the perfect person, they're going to bring up all your shit. They're going to bring up all your stuff. And here's the thing, if you haven't worked on your stuff and that person is like in your like, they're in your physical space, you might not even recognize them anyways. You might not be attracted to them because you need to like work on your stuff. So it feels like this person is actually here to help you work on some really deeper issues. So you get to decide where you take this from there. From there. I wouldn't discount that person completely. I would look for the lesson. What is it trying to teach you? What is this person reflecting to you? Where are you? Because it sounds like there's a lot of frustration and like, I'm ready to move on, but like you're ready to move on, but have you actually worked through the issue? A lot of us, we get triggered into our stuff and we just want to find someone that's gonna, like, the perfect person, but that perfect person is gonna bring up your shit anyway. So really, every person that you're with in any given moment, whether they're a soulmate, a twin flame, whatever, you can consider them your soulmate in the sense, in the context of that they're there for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. So when you don't get the lesson, you're going to call more people in to teach you that lesson. Yeah. So it gets to be your choice whether you just move on or you try to do you do the inner introspective work or tell them F off or whatever. That gets to be your choice, and that's how you get to be empowered and have your own experience. But it does feel like it's a karmic, and there's a big lesson that's a lot deeper than it feels like you're kind of willing to go at this point. Because like the triggers feel like off the charts, a little too overwhelming. And like the ego is like, no, we need it next, and doesn't have a lot of time or doesn't feel like it has a lot of space to go deeper. So it's really up to you at this point. Oh my goodness. Does that make sense? Oh, Jesus. I gotta drag the puzzle piece. That's so stupid. I hope that makes sense. So let me know or not. And if it doesn't resonate, don't take it. Oh, thank you for the heart me, Sarah. I really appreciate all the little gifts. Oh, pumpkins. I like it. Thank you, Stephanie. You're laughing so hard. Oh, the accuracy. Yeah. And you get to own that, it's not, you're not broken, but like, it does feel like there's a bigger lesson there that you're resisting. I'll just say that you're resisting you're like, no, I don't fucking have time for this shit. Just like, be right. And that's funny. That's okay. Yeah. Do you, girl? Ooh, Camille, does Drew have an attraction towards me? Thank you for the follow, Marie. Yes. Yes. I get it. Does Drew have an attraction? Okay, so let's see, who am I? Camille. Hi, Camille. Thank you. I'm just gonna tap into your field, and then I'm gonna empath into this connection that you have. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna tap into. So when I tap into this person's energy, it feels like there's a piqued interest, there's a definite curiosity. It feels like this person stops themselves from wanting, or from like going certain places, or like going there. And it feels like there's some insecurity around, like, ooh, it feels like there's a mirroring going on of like, does this person like me? And this other person's like, oh, does this person like me? So it feels like you're mirroring insecurity. And like, oh, I don't know if I want to say the things. Like, I like this person, but it gets really tight in the throat. And you're mirroring each other, and you're mirroring each other's insecurities right now. So it feels like, let me just ask, is there an actual attraction? Yes, there's an attraction there. There's a curiosity, but there's insecurity as well that shuts it down. And so, be more, you can always be like more open, more direct, or you can just say the thing, you know what I mean? But it does feel like there's on their part, it feels like I'm shutting this stuff down. And it feels like there's some deeper stuff with that of like, on a conscious level. And, oh, on a conscious level, on an unconscious level, it feels like insecurity. That's what I'm tapping into. On a conscious level, it feels like what is the word? It just feels like there's some trepidation or reluctance around getting into a relationship because of the inner definitions of like what that means to be in a relationship. So there's a lot of stuff there. There is an attraction, but there's some things shutting it down. So yeah, and I'm going to leave that there. So take that how it resonates. But it does feel like there is an attraction there. There's just like other things that are like shutting it down. I got you. Yeah, if is it like a PR thing? Like management, that type of like thing, PR, that can get really sticky. Especially if this person is like well known or famous. Yeah, no, but you're on point. You know, this is just validation for you. But it does feel like there's some inner stuff that's like, I don't know about that. Like, yeah, but you know, yeah. Yeah, and I would even bring that back to you, Marie, and say, you know, and ask you like, were one of your parents more avoidant? Because, oh, thank you, Annika, for the rose. Because we're really attracted to, you know, the people that mirror or have the same type of dynamics, relationship dynamics that we have. And so, or that we grew up with. So if you had like a mom or dad that was more avoidant, that could also show you what type of person you're attracted to, because it's familiar, because it's something that your unconscious recognizes as, oh, this person is like, okay, it's the same patterns. Okay, I got it. I can play my patterns out on this person. So it's a whole thing. Thank you for the heart puffs, Cordova. Cordova? Depends. Oh, private security. Yeah, got you. Yeah, private security. Yeah, there's that can get really sticky. That can get really sticky. But like, it's your life, you know, and you get to decide what's worth it, what's not. Oh, my mother was very emotional and yeah, same girl. And Drew is a Scorpio and I'm a Taurus. Great pairing, Taurus, Scorpio. That can be some good stuff. But yeah, so it just sounds like it's that same kind of pattern that's playing out. And that's all that's what rules our attraction to people. It's like, are they the same people that like is familiar, playing out familiar patterns? It's crazy. It's interesting. Well, yeah, like go, like I mean, if you run into them, you run into them. If not, you know, like, it feels like you're putting this up on a pedestal, which you're kind of making it like more important. And when we put things up on a pedestal, guess where we're at? We're not on the pedestal. So you're making something more important, giving it more importance than you're just giving it a lot of importance. You know what I mean? And it feels like relationships are really, because of that initial relationship with your mom, it does feel like that is what's playing out here. And I'm like, I need to get this person's, not necessarily approval, but like if in the parent, in relationship to a parent, we might be wanting to get their approval, get them to like us, get them to, and for us to feel like we belong, etc., etc., etc. So there's a pattern there, and I'm going to leave that there. But it is what it is. If you guys end up together, or if it's a, you know, if it's a match, it will happen. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that there. So let me scroll down here. Oh, so want to know where I stand with Jay and if we will end up together. So that's, let me just see what's in the field. So I'm just gonna say it. It does feel like you want to check all the boxes and control. So you're another, I love you so much, but you're another one of the people that want to like, I want to know the things. You're trying to control. You're trying to control all the things. Like I want to make shit happen. And it's no shade. It's not to like put you down. It's like, it's just to bring awareness. It's a control thing. And it's when we go into control, when people have control issues, or things around control, it's just us wanting to create safety, familiarity. We want to know what we're going into. We want to create the known. But when it comes to a new relationship, that's in the unknown. So you're trying to create all of this known and create safety in an unknown and maybe feeling unsafe position. I mean, you might feel more vulnerable. You might feel like, oh, I'm not sure. You might feel insecure. And so you're trying to control all of the details. I want to know this, I want to know, and when, so that it feels safe for you. So I just want to bring that to your awareness. And you asked Jay if where you stand with Jay, right? Where I stand with Jay. So let me just, okay, Jay. All right. Let me feel into this connection. Also, where's this person? Oh, okay. So this other person doesn't feel like they're in a very receptive. So Jay doesn't feel like he or they, I don't want to assume, Jay doesn't feel like they're in a position or in a place in life to, it doesn't feel like they're super open or super looking. It doesn't feel like that's the MO. It feels more like fun. I want to get to know myself. I want to explore. I want to do other things. It doesn't feel like that person is in the space right now. So big timing issue. And so I'm just going to see if there is like down the line. And I keep getting that this person is meant to be more of a friend. Like an ally, a confidant. Pick your word. I feel like they're supposed to be like a really good friend, like almost like a ride or die. And I'm actually being blocked from seeing too far. Like there is literally like a wall right here. They're like, no, you can't have access to that, because they're going to bring it back to you. And you're not in the timing, you're more in self. So is that person. So the timing is definitely not there, but they're also giving me wall, like, no, you can't see this far, because she has to do it's time for her to do the work. And the timing is going to be based on where you are at in connection and in union with yourself. Does that make sense? So take that how you wish, or don't, but I'm going to leave that there. But that's what's coming up in the field. It's just a timing is not there. And this person feels more like a friend, like a confidant, or a ride or die, or like just a really good, like a best friend. And that can grow from there. That can always grow. But they're telling me, no, I can't see that. So I can't see that. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I was okay. So let's did I do a last call already? Oh, hi, Nikki. I was literally just thinking about you because I haven't seen you online. Yeah, I have not. I've been doing other things. I was doing, let's see, what was I doing? I was doing a course, a live course. I did a three-month course, and then I just had to take some time off. And so now here I am. I'm just going to start gathering people for my next courses. It's nice to be seen. Well, oh, interesting. Okay, so let's do, so what courses do I teach? I just got done teaching, what was it? It was a transformational empowerment and alchemy course, which was T for short. But what I'm going to be teaching in the near future is I'm going to be teaching people how to do like energy work, building containers, like doing all of the things. But that's going to be like a year-long thing of like, we're going in deep, we're going to do the things. And then I'm going to be doing another like transformational course that's going to be based around shadow integration. Yeah. So they're like live courses, but more than that, they're like for transformation or, you know, like the inner work, but also like energy work. Cause I've learned some things, and I'm like, I gotta like give this to someone. But yeah, those are going to be there. When I get when I get my shit together. Oh, really? So I think, you know what, Sarah, I don't think you're alone in that. Sarah says the whole shadow thing just stumps me. I understand the concept, but the execution baffles me. And that makes sense because it can be very nebulous or just like airy fairy, like woo woo, like I don't get it, like about like really making it practical. That's where I shine, as I'm very, very woo woo, very spiritually inclined. I can tap into other people's inner worlds like that. But I also like things to be practical. I like them to be simple, and I like to be able to understand them in a way that I can practically apply to my life. And that's what I want to give to other people, is like allowing it to be easy, simple, and being like, and creating like massive understanding, massive self-awareness. Does that make sense? Like, let's just do it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Who's my shadow? Where is she hiding? It's your unconscious. Really, your shadow is your unconscious. And in your unconscious, you have lots of, you know, wounds, which are tied into experiences, which are associated to all kinds of data that you might not even realize. But you're not broken. You don't need to be fixed. You don't need to be sewn together. It's just about really getting into the right structure, creating a life, getting into your creator structure, tapping into your super conscious genius, activating your magic, and like, what do you want to create? And let's just release the resistance that's in the way, of you just taking action. So we don't need to like go into healing and like, oh, let's just like excavate all of the things and then I'll be healed enough to do the things. No, let's just do the things now. And then make it kind of an active process that we're constantly in, because it's like bodybuilding. It's like fitness. You don't just get fit and then you're done. It's a lifestyle. It's part of who you are. It's part of self-awareness and growth and stuff. But you're not broken, girl. Okay, so yeah, and the tea course that I just did, I'm going to be offering that too. But it'll be a whole thing. I don't have the courses up yet, but it's slowly in progress. Ooh, interesting. So let me do one last call. Y'all just wait for me. Wait 1 second. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to do last call. So let's do a last call for free readings, paid services, etc. It's like, what's the tea, right? It was just something. It literally just happened like that. I didn't even create it to be like tea. It was something I was like, no, transformational empowerment and alchemy. And then it just was tea. I was like, oh, that's cool. So last call. I see you, Erica. So last call, free readings. Just comment with your name and a question, as Erica has done here so beautifully. I just don't do pregnancy or fertility, and these readings are going to be short and more compact. Yeah? As far as paid services, or if you're interested, or like, you got your eye on the things, my paid services are readings, quantum healing. This one here is mediumship and multidimensional mediumship, right? So talking to the dead or multidimensional mediumship is more guides, your guides, angels, etc., other parts of you that might have some kind of energy work or a healing message or something that you need in that moment. And light language activation. And if you would like, just so you, here's my other one. If you do want a paid service, all the links to donate are in my profile. And then let me know in the comments that you donated so you can get your reading. Okay. Now that we did the things, oh, there's some good questions here. Sarah, I'm hearing no. It feels like you knew the things. Well, here's the thing. Being too hasty, that's like kind of a judgment. So, it's really boils down to, did you feel it was right and in alignment or not? Your guides are just saying, like, drop the judgment of saying like, oh, was I too hasty? Or was I, was I this? Was I that? No, like, drop the judgment. It's more about, does it feel in alignment does it not. It actually feels more like it was along the lines of it maybe went on a little too long, and then you were feeling it and you were feeling it, and then all of a sudden it happened and you're like, it feels like you have judgments about your decisions, and there's maybe insecurity around the decisions that you make. So it almost is like a backlash. You make the decision, and then like the backlash or the whiplash comes, and then you question it. Your guides are saying, don't question it, because you know how it felt. And I'm going to leave that there. Amy, what's next in my love life? Can you be a little bit more specific? Are you looking for, just like a partner, or like what's next in my life? Yeah. Can you give me a little bit more information? Jacqueline, am I meant to be an energy healer in this lifetime? Yes. Yeah. I get a very, that's one of the things. That's it. Okay. It's a label, and that's one of the labels that you're definitely in resonance with. That's why you're asking, because you need validation. And so here's your validation. Yes. Which is funny that you ask, because I literally just talked about like how I'm going to be offering this this year-long course of like teaching people to be energy workers, energy healers. There was something else. One second. Wait, who am I? Okay, Jacqueline. Yes. Oh, okay. But you get to decide. You get to decide what that looks like for you. So you might not be your maybe typical energy healer. It might be, like if somebody is a masseuse, they can run energy too. So it could be like, maybe you were a masseuse and that's what you did your energy work. That's where you did your energy work. So it's like, it feels like yes, but you don't have to one of your guides is coming in very strong and saying, don't pigeonhole yourself into like, it's got to look a certain way. You get to decide how it looks. You get to decide how it integrates into your life, but very much, yes. You're an earth angel. Crystal, a spiritual crown. So let me just check in. So Crystal, where are you at? There you are. Okay. Spiritual crown. So this is only my interpretation of what you are sharing with me here. Okay, so take it how it resonates. What it feels like is like, it basically, one of the reasons, or not one of the reasons, one of the things that are coming to me right away is like you have an affinity for spiritual work, and with some training, with some like remembering, basically, what's already there in your field. It feels like you'd be able to take your spiritual gifts really far. It feels like they just come very, very, pardon the pun, supernatural, supernatural to you. And it just feels like, yeah, it just feels like you have a natural knack for spiritual gifts, whether it's reading people, healing, doing grid work, doing light work. It just feels like you're, but that's my interpretation of it. There does feel like there's some deeper things that need to be discovered by you. And that is my confirmation, because my voice is going out. So when that happens, or as that's happening, how I'm interpreting that is that this is part of your expression, and you're cutting yourself off by way of doubts and by way of mistrust. You're not trusting that. So that's there as a, like, to be honest, it feels like very similar to me, in that you have just kind of a natural ability, like a natural affinity to do all of the things, that you've been doing this for many lifetimes, and that it's just about remembering, and even a step beyond remembering, clearing out the shit that's disallowing that natural gift to really be fully expressed. So that's how I would interpret that. So take it how that resonates. Yeah. Sarah. Yeah. 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 You knew it. You knew it, girl. Oh, Annika. Let's see. Annika, you paid for, let's see. What did you pay for? Did you pay for mediumship or multidimensional mediumship? Where are you, Annika? Let me scroll down. I haven't gotten through all the messages yet. You're welcome, Jacqueline. I hope that helps you. Love you. Oh, thank you, Sarah. We love you. Okay. So I'm just gonna, well, I'm not gonna just wait with dead air, but one second. Annika, let's see. Oh no. Yeah. No, yeah. I just want to make sure. Let me know if you're still here, Annika, because it looks like you sent money in for a reading, and I just want to check with you on that. Oh, so how is your next partner? So, Amy, so your partner is always going to be a reflection of you, right? And of where, like, if we're calling in a partner, it's the law. It's not just the law of attraction, yeah, but it's the law of resonance. We're going to always call in someone, whether they're a soulmate or not. I mean, I see everybody as a soulmate. But if we're calling someone in, whether it's a romantic relationship or not, they're always going to be a reflection of us, and they're always going to be in an orientation that's going to trigger our stuff, right? Because our relationships are really just there to help you deepen your relationship with yourself. So to answer your question, the partner is going to be a reflection of you always. This is why I say you got to be very specific, because that's going to determine the information that I pull from the field. I hope that helps. I hope that helps, Amy. And Annika, so let me know, were you asking, or were you paying for mediumship or multidimensional mediumship? Crystal, that makes so much sense. Thank you very much. Yeah, absolutely. That's just my interpretation. Take it how it resonates. Yeah, but it's my pleasure. I love it. You're welcome. You're welcome, Amy. I had to make sure who it was. Thank you for the follow, Jess. Thank you for the likes. Okay, Erica. So Erica, will Oscar be asking for a reconciliation? You know, I'm hearing, let's see, hold on. I want to make sure. Okay, Erica. I get a big no. And what I'm hearing after that is it's for the best. And it's time to move on. It's time to move past that. You already have what you need. You guys, you both already have what you need and what you agreed to, like on a soul level. You already have what you agreed to on a soul level. So there might be, I'm hearing social media interactions, and I don't know what that looks like or what the social media is like between you two. But it feels like there might be like little interactions, but it feels like no, this is complete and it's time to it's time to integrate and process. What did you learn? What did you learn from that? And don't say nothing, because everything serves. I mean, you can say nothing, but it's not true. Does that make sense? But it feels like it's time to move on. I get like this, like, no, it's time to move forward. Multidimensional mediumship. Happy Friday. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so you paid for multidimensional mediumship. Okay, cool. Let's do it. And thank you for the donation, by the way. I really appreciate it. So multidimensional mediumship, Annika. So I'm just going to tap in and connect to you. I'm going to connect to your superconscious. And then I'm just going to silently set some intentions. It's always going to be for the highest good. Looking for the highest, most benevolent, multidimensional aspect that wants to come in for Annika at this time to bring whatever message, insight, medicine that she needs in this moment for her highest and best good, for her alignment, her empowerment, and alignment to her highest potential. So it is. So just go ahead and give me a couple of moments to connect. I need to get really silent. So there's going to be some dead air. Okay, Annika, I want you to just bring your awareness. It might be best, you don't have to. It might be best for you to close your eyes during this part. But if you want to keep your eyes open, that's your choice. But I want you to bring your awareness to your crown right now. Just the top of your head. Okay. Okay. Very, 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 very high up. We're going all the way to the angelic realm. This is okay. This is what I'm hearing is like it's a guardian angel aspect of you. But then I get like, you know, you're more than just like, you're a guardian. It's a guardian angel aspect, but more specifically, seraphim. So very, very high up. Very, very, very high. So there's going to be some information or energy. You're going to feel a rush of energy kind of like coming in through your crown. The word that initially comes in is trust. And from this point of view, from this angelic point of view, trust is an alignment. Trust is a verb. It's an action. And then there's a sense that where you're at right now specifically, I guess it feels more passive. So it feels like you're not quite walking in trust for all of it. Just to like, more specifically, what I'm hearing is having your needs met. So that could be a lot of things. Like, what are your needs? You know, and you can think very practical. You can think on all levels, a mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. What are your needs, right? What are your needs? So for example, your physical needs, you need to eat, you need to sleep, you need to have water, those types of things. And so that can take us into survival, right? We kind of get into money and providing, being provided for and supported. So we're going really, really high, but we're going down very into like the root, into like your root. So there's just a lack of trust in the root. So this aspect of you is beaming. That's part of the energy that you're feeling is we're kind of cascading trust all throughout your body and down, and we're placing it in the root. Saying trust is an action, and trust, or you can say faith, it's an action. And a lot of us confuse it for, it's not that we confuse it. We understand the concept of trust or having faith, but I think there is a disconnect of realizing that, you know, on a practical level, like an intellectual level, but also an experiential level, that it's also an action. And in order to build momentum in trust, we have to first walk in trust. Again, it's kind of like, you know, if you're a newbie at, you know, fitness and you want to get fit, but you don't know anything yet, you have to kind of like, you know, wobble around a little bit unless you have a mentor, until you kind of start building up a little bit of momentum. So they're showing me that you're kind of wobbling around a little bit. And a lot of people are like this. So they're saying, and it's one particular, your aspect, your angel aspect, but they come together. It's very difficult for me to explain. It's coming in singular and as a collective. So when I say we, this is what I mean. It's like they're coming in as a collective as well. So where was I at? So trust. One moment. It might take you a minute to get your sea legs. They're saying you need to be gentle with yourself. This is part of trust. You don't build trust by diminishing yourself or punishing yourself or degrading yourself or mentally bashing yourself. Oh, you're so stupid. You're this, you're that, or whatever the internal dialogue. Gentle, graceful, compassionate, as if it was your best friend. as if it was a child. That's how there's this sense of like, you need to treat these aspects of you that don't fully feel trust or have maybe not known trust before. You got to be gentle with them. It's like a baby learning how to walk. So, yeah, okay. I'm going to let that sink in for a moment. They're telling me to take a pause. Be gentle. Be kind. Because you see yourself from a distorted perspective of like that you don't quote unquote have your shit together, or that you don't have this, or you don't have this. And all of that thinking is just reinforcing the insecurity or the doubt or the mistrust. So this aspect is coming in to give you a very clear message of what do you choose to do? And you need to make a very clear decision. Are you going to trust? Or are you going to decide to mistrust? If you decide to trust, there's no right or wrong here. There's no judgment around what you decide. But you are meant to learn trust in this lifetime. And so you can do that in a lot of different ways. You can do that in a very negative and harsh and like hard way, or you can do it in a very simple, more, blissful, in a way that is easy, fun, kind, kinder to yourself, right? So how do you want to learn trust is the real question here. Yeah? And if you decide, okay, I'm going to trust, you have to constantly remind yourself that you're like a baby learning how to walk. So give yourself some grace or mercy. I'm hearing mercy coming in. I don't know if you have a specific thought or definition when it comes to mercy, but being graceful. Give yourself some grace. Like you're a baby learning how to walk. I'm just going to let that percolate, because it needs to land. Isiki ama ulahasa ishiamataka. The next thing that they want to highlight is that it gets to be your choice. You get to choose how you learn. And they want to, they want to like really emphasize that you have a choice. You're going to learn trust either way. But how do you want to learn it? And they want to highlight the choice that you have, that you do have a choice. So this isn't something that's being forced on you. This is something that you already decided coming in. Because your previous lifetime, and they're just going to go into this very quickly. We're not going to get too deep into it. Previous lifetime, it was kind of like the opposite. There was like a lot of mistrust. And so you're kind of carrying that over in order to create this polarity between lifetimes, so you can finally decide how you want to learn how to trust, because you're going to learn how to trust. You already decided that. That's part of your contract to like in this lifetime, I'm going to learn how to trust. I'm going to learn how to trust. I'm going to learn trust. I'm going to learn trust. But how? That's your choice. That's the free will part. Okay? There are some additional light codes. So go ahead and just take some deep breaths. You can focus on the heart space. Okay, I just want to see. Hi, Jillian. Hi. I just want to open my eyes, make sure the stream was going good. Okay, so I just want you to focus on the heart. Just rest your awareness on the heart. Yeah? Halakie amau hasekias. Ashiamata ashisiale amaka. Ahianati ha amatuku asa. Alaku uaha ha asakia asa amatu. Ati. Alikiama uasa. There's part of trust that also, I've never heard this before. There's also part of trust that resides here in the throat. Because if it didn't, I wouldn't be losing my voice right now. So there's part of the throat chakra that's being activated. Hale amatu uasekiana ta takiata ta 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 amatuku lehase amatiasa amatuku. Part of your mission here is to help others walk in trust, embody trust, by way of expressing or tapping into their own truth. But first, you have to be the student before you get to be the teacher. And I don't know if you feel like resonant with being a teacher and helping others, or how that can look, because it can look in a lot of different ways. So you don't have to like try to figure it all out. Just take it as it comes and just allow yourself to be open. So, but I'm just talking to little parts of you, unconscious parts of you. We're just bringing some stuff up. So part of your mission here is to help others. Feels like mostly women. And what's going to allow you to be very effective, what's going to allow you to come into those spaces and hold those spaces with very high degrees of integrity, is trust. Because you may not be specifically teaching trust, but we also teach through our actions and our embodiment of character, or of whatever characteristics we teach. So even if you're not specifically teaching it, you're teaching through your own embodiment. But in order to do that, you do have to walk in trust. You have to activate that within yourself first. That's also going to come through grace. That's why we have your angelic part coming in. Give yourself some grace. Be compassionate with yourself. Be kind to yourself. And if you have to remember that you're a child or a baby learning how to walk, or whatever kind of taps you into that grace and giving yourself like, okay, I'm learning. I haven't maybe had the best examples of that in my life. Maybe I wasn't taught that or whatever, but like, so now I'm learning that for myself, and I get to be patient with myself. I get to allow myself to like trip up and quote unquote make mistakes and do all of the things. And I get to hold space while I learn how to trust fully. Like a very, very deep, deep embodiment of trust. Does that make sense? Sikia laua ma. Shiku ta lakiama. I'm going to bring in, he's already in my container, but we're going to bring forward Archangel Michael. We're just going to ask him to, along with your angel part that is here, help cut the cords from the past lifetime that you're carrying over. We're going to clear what we can so that it'll help to create more clarity and more like a almost that aha moment where things click in. You're like, oh. So go ahead and focus on your heart. I'm just going to call Archangel Michael in. Alekia matukua sana asaka aha asa mashukua. Lekiama yamatukua asashianata maku. Lekiama lekia atikiata mata. And I'm just going to bring in like the softest white light. Lakuama, and we're just going to circle that in there and clear all of that out in the throat. But we're going to bring that all the way down. It's not going to just be in your throat, but it's going to be all the way down. We're going to ground it. So we're going to bring it all the way into the body. But we're just working up here right now. So so I want you to go ahead and repeat after me. I know who I am in truth. I know what I am in truth. I know how I serve in truth. I am free. I am free. I am free. Just let yourself feel that shift. And we're just going to imprint that in your field. It's always for the highest and best. Okay, we're going to say that 2 more times. So repeat after me. I know who I am in truth. I know what I am in truth. I know how I serve in truth. I am free. I am free. I am free. Just let that circulate. And we're going to say it one more time. So repeat after me. I know who I am in truth. I know what I am in truth. I know how I serve in truth. I am free. I am free. I am free. And we're just going to seal that up. I'm going to seal that, and I'm just going to connect to your aspect here and see if there's anything else. No, trust is the name of the game right now. So if you can bring in anything, bring in trust to every aspect of your life, whether it's money, trusting that the money's going to be there, whether it's like anything else to do with finances or safety, security, relationship, career, trust. Okay, I trust that I'm going to have exactly what I need exactly at the moment. I trust that I'm going to know what next steps to take. I trust. I trust in my intuition. I trust in me. I trust in the decisions that I make. I trust. Does that make sense? We're bringing trust into every aspect of your life. But this gets to be your decision whether you do it or not. But this is going to help facilitate the quickening process. And I don't fully know what that means, but that's what I hear. So I'm relaying it that way. So take that however it resonates. This is going to serve you in your alignment. This is going to serve you to such high and such subtle degrees that you may not always consciously be aware of it in the moment, but as it unfolds, as like the years, the weeks, the months unfold, you're going to start to see like, oh, you're going to start to understand a little bit more. So it's going to take a little bit of time as far as linear time is concerned. And then I'm just hearing, I'm going to bring in some light language, and I just want you to be open, be curious, and just kind of like be innocent. Just kind of whether your eyes are opened or closed, just be in a space of openness and receptivity. Yeah? Whatever that feels like or looks like to you, it's perfect. Sikia alama uhasia te he ala sikia matuku te ma lea matuku asesha ta hata hata grounding that into the heart, bringing that into the heart, into the solar plexus, down into the sacral, down into the root. And we're going to ground that all the way down into the center of the earth and allow that to mix and mingle with that divine feminine, beautiful, beautiful earth energy, and allow it to flow back up through that earth star chakra, down into up into the root, sacral. There we go, solar. Allow it to expand the heart up into the throat, third eye, crown, and then showering out 360 degrees into your auric field. Ilaha, ilaha, ilaha makuasa. So I just want you to listen for a moment and just hear what comes through for you, because I'm hearing that there's other information that's coming in directly. You're not crazy. Trust. Trust. Trust in what you hear. Trust in what you feel, what you sense, and what you know. However it's coming in, trust it. Mistrust I'm trying to get the word. Mistrust really jumbles everything and causes a lot of muddledness and a lot of confusion. So if you just are determined to trust no matter what, even if it's quote unquote wrong, you can always trust yourself to course correct, right? So trust no matter what. This is very interesting. And I'm just going to let that flow for a couple more moments. And I'm just going to check on the seal. Okay. Trust is here to help you and allow your brain to relax, and also your nervous system to relax, because you get a little bit too much in the head trying to figure out all of the things, trying to create familiarity and create safety through control. I need to know all of the things. I must know all of the things. But trust is going to help break up these old beliefs that are rooted in mistrust. So it's going to bring up some stuff for you, right? It's going to be an opportunity to learn to get back up and keep on trusting. Get back up, keep on trusting. Dust yourself up. I'm fucking trusting. So you have big, big opportunities here. Trust, trust, trust. One moment, there's one more thing. Okay. Here is the, I guess, the next action step, if you want to call it that. Your mission, if you choose to accept it. Trust, allow trust to be your best friend. So kind of like you would confer maybe with your best friend, like, oh, like let them know, oh, this is going on in my life and this and this and this. Well, act as if trust is your best friend. And you come to your best friend with, oh, there's this, this, and this. And then trust is going to say, okay, are you trusting that it's going to work out? Are you trusting? Are you walking in trust? Are you embodying trust? Where is your trust right now? And it's okay if you're not in trust, it's okay. This is not about judging. You're the self or trying to punish the self because you're not trusting. This is when we're maybe building a better body, getting into fitness, and we're a newbie, we're not, you know, like the not great thing to do, the not beneficial thing to do is to sit there and be like, I'm not there yet, I'm not there yet, I'm not there, I'm still this, I'm still that, my arm still does this thing over here, and I'm not toned yet. That's the worst thing that you can do. Only because it's reinforcing the old beliefs. This is going to take some perseverance on your part, but your job right now is to just trust. Oh, the state of the world. Oh, look at that. I'm going to bring it to my best friend. Am I in trust? Bring everything to your new best friend, trust. This is going to illuminate a lot for you. It's going to show you a lot of things. And it's okay to see those things. You are strong enough. You have what it takes. Okay? But trust is your new best friend. If you choose to accept that mission. They are, your angel aspect is kind of moving away from me, which lets me know like they're disconnecting. Yeah, there it goes. So let me just see if there's anything else in the field that wants to come through. They said you're already equipped. You already have what you need. You're just not trusting that you have what you need. When you trust that you have what you need will show up. It's a little bit of a catch-22. It's a little bit of a paradox. Yes. But that's what you're here to like kind of finagle and work out for yourself on an experiential level so that you know when you're in alignment and when you're in misalignment. Okay? And then I'm just going to disconnect. That's the end of that. So, my dear, let me know. Let me know how that resonated. I don't have a lineup, but I did do a last call a little bit ago. Let me know how that lands for you, Annika. And you only share what you want. That's funny. It was perfect. Okay, that's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love that. Thank you. Thank you for receiving, and thank you for being open to receive. Yeah, just give yourself some grace and allow yourself to be open to like the downloads or the awareness, the aha moments that want to come, because there's some in the lineup. And then just know that you got this. Oh, there it's like just remember to confer with your new best friend often. All right. So, and let me just check. Let me just check. 1 second. Okay. All right. Just want to make sure that I had all of the things. Thank you, everybody, for the readings, or for being here for the readings, for receiving the readings, etc. This will be on my YouTube channel. I post all of my lives there, and I will be back next Friday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, around there, for readings next week as well. And I might do some impromptu other readings and stuff during the week. So love you and have a great night.